I've been turning up for a long time. I've been smoking gas for a long time. For a long time. I gotta get these bitches off my mind. I gotta make these down. I gotta do what I do. I gotta make sure I make the right move. Mama told me to get it.
Ah, Rose nose.
Unless you sound like old dirty ass motherfucker.
Ro shit hit different.
Ro take a long time, man. I hate these artistic dudes.
He's coming.
Yeah, what's Ro?
Come on, Ro.
I know they mad. They can't stop. Number one soundtrack in America. Black on. The number one movie. Went from making records. Making the whole wow. VHS. Soundtrack. The soundtrack. I told y'all. In the movie. I told y'all I'm going to show y'all how to clean your dirty money up with good money. Invest into yourself. You heard? My partner gave me 50.
This is the I'm Kinda Famous podcast. Shit. I'm your host, Lester Rowe. New week, new episode. Episode 91 of the I'm Kinda Famous podcast. KINDA Famous Pod, POD. Why am I popping? Oh, because I am. KINDA Famous Pod on Facebook. Also, KindaFamousPod.com, the official website. Arrowfilms.com, my official website. Get them clean ass people collectors over there. Or arrowfilms.com/buy now. Get you one. Or Cosmic Culture if you're into astrology and the zodiacs, man. We just got into one of these damn retrogrades. What else? GroundUpICT.com. GroundUpICT on Instagram, man. That is the website. We just dropped a new clip for our web series. On the Wichita music scene, we got 2 episode specials out now. One with YBM Smooth, episode 2 with Plainview, and up next is the Southwest Entertainment. We just put out a clip about the N-word. Plainview is an Asian artist, and he uses the N-word, and a lot of we got feedback before we even shot with him about his use of the N-word. So I asked the pressing question that inquiring minds wanted to know, and he responded about. We'll have him on the podcast soon to kind of chit chat with. But it was a deleted scene because I just thought it'd take away from the story. What else we got popping? I say ground up that. What else? There's something else I should be saying. I ain't gonna remember. Oh. Ro is famous on Twitter, man. Keep these tweets popping. Hit your boy up. Ro is famous on Twitter. Ro knows on Instagram. Alright. Hell, speaking of ground up, we just shot. I just shot some content with Ado, artist in town. Here's the fucking shit, man. This is real life. This is the problem with real life. The fucking continuity be getting fucked up because shit happens in real life. There's a major fucking moment that happened with the show where people start breaking up, not like in relationship, but rap relationships. Like, I thought he was your man, and this whole thing, and apparently things popped off, and it was all good just a week ago. First, the Hot Boys break up. Now every day I wake up, somebody got a problem, whatever. But so some real life shit happened. I go shoot show footage of Ado. Let me tell you how different Wichita culture is in the club. Or not even Wichita culture. If the mob music scene, because that's what this episode is about, the mob music. And Ado, and at this point, the storyline's so fucked up. I don't even know how much, I don't know. But, so you go to a club here, and you go to our club any fucking where, club music should be popping. If a rapper gets on stage with that gang, not the gang shit, but that club records, big records, man, that shit, if it's mob music, on the fucking show list, set list, or whatever, they ain't what they here for. They here for the mob music. They don't want to hear no club shit. Man, the minute I can't tell you how many artists hopped up on that thing with not big records, but records that should like go. Like these songs that should go. It's high energy, high BPM, like it should go. Nah, nigga, they was not rocking that shit. And one thing, a big problem, and I mentioned this when I went on the Point Proven podcast. You know what? I should fucking post some clips from the Point Proven podcast on I'm Kinda Famous. I'll figure something out. But we talked about this, and I talked about how like the scene is so fucked up because shows started late. So artists are rapping late. And people don't want that shit. Like in general, like they're conditioned to know if I'm at this club, I'm gonna be stuck at this club if I'm waiting for my guy to perform. So one thing that Ado did, and we'll talk about in the fucking thing, is like instead of being at the end, because the end honestly is the worst slot to be at show night, because people are exhausted, is tired, they're tired, it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So he goes early. He goes in the middle. Change up the whole order. He the headliner, he goes in the middle. Go in the middle, rock that bitch. But it ain't to like club records. It's like smooth shit. It's like niggas is moving like it's a big fucking club record to songs that are really laid back. But they feeling they in a gangster 2-step and everything. He on the crowd's gangster. When this episode drop, it's not, I want to say it's I don't know what the word is, but it's crazy. Because it just doesn't work like this. Like I'm a show, you know, some of the other artists performing and how they get practically no response. Now some of it has to do with rappers not knowing how to entertain, but some of it is just the audience that come for mob music, and what mob music is a real Bay Area, real I don't want to say hyphy, but like laid back kind of. It's a mix of the Bay Area hyphy music and then the Southern Cal gangster music. So it's crazy, but you'll see when that episode dropped. That's episode 4, Ado and the mob music. So we did that this week. What else I do, man? I've been on some DIY shit. I'm over here custom painting my speakers and shit, and damn near fucked it up, but we gonna get that shit right. I don't know. Nigga roll in this bitch doing home ec. Not even home ec, but like, you know me. Honey dudes with no honey in this bitch. It was something else that happened this week that I thought I was gonna get into that probably not. I don't know. So this week, I ain't gonna say we got a lot of shit. Not a lot of shit happened this week. I try not to get too much into like too much. You know, the NBA, I don't want to get in that. Shout out to Tiger Woods winning the Masters. I think I'm late on that. Shout out to Tiger. I forgot to mention that when that shit happened, I think. What else happened? Jussie Smollett got some shit going on. I don't want to get into that either. Offset facing some felony charges. I ain't getting into that. So basically, I'm gonna start the show letting you know what I ain't about to talk about. Game of Thrones. I went late on Game of Thrones last time. Episode 2, cool. Looks like winter is finally upon us. So me, who watched season 1 and season 2, skipped everything in between. I show up for the war. The war is actually taking place. People have grown up. Things have changed. And what's crazy about me watching Game of Thrones late and getting into the last season, I ain't have to sit there and wait for all in between. I can get all the context through the Twitter timeline, because everybody want to reveal like the shit that they know. So like when some shit happen that I don't quite understand, I can depend on Twitter to give me the context that I need to understand what's happening in the show. So I am all caught up just by watching the timeline. Jon Stark got a little dragon blood in him. You know what I mean? He's spoiler alert. Fuck that. I don't care, because I don't really give a fuck about the show. So apparently he's not the bastard child that he thought he was. He is heir to the fucking throne. So that means he gonna have to, he gotta get with the shit too. What's happening? Is this can't be breaking news. And I'm gonna go monitor this. Something happening on TV right now. Shout out to the Dallas Stars. Won the in the playoffs of hockey against the the Blue Jays. St. Louis Blue Jays? Blues. St. Louis Blues. But yeah, Game of Thrones. So now I'm in a place on Game of Thrones where I get to watch the most epic part of the show as it goes out. And no one will be able to tell the difference, because you just never be able to tell the difference. Avengers Endgame just came out. I don't really give a fuck. I don't really give a fuck. So when I see everybody so caught and locked into what's happening, I'm just like, just another movie for me. So I'm just gonna go watch. I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna watch how it ends. And I see people really getting tight about these spoilers that go with Endgame. Man, I need to find my charger. I'm seeing people tight about the spoilers that go with it, but I don't give a fuck. I mean, I ain't gonna spoil it. I get shit like that, you know what I mean? Honestly, I don't get it because it's a comic book movie at the end of the day. Things are revealed if you follow the comic. If you don't follow the comic, you just watch a movie. It's just a fucking movie. It's not like one of these dramatic dramas, I don't think, where spoiling it should make that much of a difference. At the end of the day, comic books is the ultimate good versus evil. So you have to assume good prevails. Just makes sense. It seems to just only make sense that way. Because what's the point of doing all of this for years and then bad prevails? Does that make sense? So Avengers Endgame, I'm going to cop that out. But I was reading that a guy got beat up outside of a theater because he gave spoilers to Endgame. Now, it's funny to me. What's funny to me about this, what's really funny to me about this is the irony of it. How I'm looking at the timeline and I see a lot of people are okay with this beating because of spoilers. White people. All people. Not just white people. But we'll just talk about white people. Because God dang how convenient it is when it's something you care about, how you're very understanding about assault. But when black people just randomly get beat up by police officers, and we silent. Did you guys watch the baseball game? Like, they don't have any fucking opinion about it. As we're talking about this, there was breaking news that happened where a synagogue got shot up, and don't see it on my timeline. You know why? Because these people with the different religion or the different background, or they're not, or they're Hispanic, or they're black. So we don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that because we don't want to talk about it. But man, remember before Trump was president, when Middle Eastern people had the bombs going off and they was doing the different things, and we just had to figure it out. We had to figure it out. Everybody needed a gun. Now these type of things happen, and we've been lucky, very lucky that there's been a very, very minuscule amount of these type of terroristic acts that happened that was a person of color, because I'm sure they'll be so ready to rally around, we need to do something, we need to stop it, we need to get rid of these people, blah, 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 blah. Motherfuckers been on their best behavior, except for the white man. Except for the white man. Been some things that have been happening. And, things just happen. Because there's no need for gun control, or shouldn't even say control, gun safety. No need for gun safety. No need to worry about how do we get money into mental health programs for these people. Because, look, they're either crazy or it's the guns, but we're not doing anything about either side of this. And you want to say there's a mental situation that's going on? Fine. It's also a mental situation happens when you beat someone up for spoiling a movie. It's a movie. It's fiction. It's a movie. It's a story. I understand it can be disappointing to know the ending, but it's a movie. It's a movie. You beat a man up for telling you the end of a movie. It's a movie. Still, visually, you have to represent and characterize the information that was given to you, but in the end, it's still a movie. It's like why would you even ever go watch a biopic? Why? You already know what happened. Why would you go watch a biopic? That's a biography picture. Why? You know what happened? Spoiler alert. Titanic, the ship sinks. But you don't get upset about that, because that would be fucking pathetic. Still just a movie. Endgame. Out now. Avengers. I don't know why I'm plugging it. This is a movie. Anyway, Yeah. So if you want to cause a ruckus behind fighting someone over spoiling a movie, how about causing a ruckus when someone's whole entire life is spoiled because someone decided to take their life over a misunderstanding? Or, I mean, anything where someone just blatantly loses their life for no good reason. But on the upside, man, let me grab my charger. Hold on. Here we go. We back. Got my charge. That shouldn't take too long. I shouldn't have to edit that out, huh? All right. So something else happened. Another assault maybe worth talking about. So I was reading this story that came across my line, and I really was thinking about this. It says here, Texas barber says he was attacked at work for being transgender. The victim routinely works with LGBT clients, but did not telegraph his gender with anyone. I don't even know if you really have to do that. But so what's interesting about this story? I'm gonna tell you why I'm shitty. Jokes first. When he said he got beat up or attacked for being transgender, I said, wait, let's stop. Let's see the haircut first. Because if he got beat up by his client, maybe had nothing to do with the sexuality as much as had to do with that weak ass taper fade you gave him. If you give a man a weak taper fade, it can seem like a hate crime, because it is a hate crime, because you fucked up his haircut. Got nothing to do with you being a boy or a girl or whatever you used to be before you became a boy or a girl or who you like to fuck or lay with at night. It's about giving out shitty haircuts, and that's really could have been what it's been about. But I read more. It's happened down in Texas in Killeen. I don't think Killeen known for the freshest tape ups, or the fades, you know what I'm saying? Or the line of the crispy lineups, but we'll say he was alright. In a Facebook post, Ray said he was always teased before the fight broke out. April 19th, his clients were also ignored and treated differently. Now, I'm gonna go through this because I got a problem. I got a problem with shit like this happening. He doesn't greet them, Rice told KWTX. It was mainly females, lesbians. Moments before the two men exchanged blows, Hicks was reportedly outraged that Rice was sagging his pants. Hicks allegedly shoved the barber while he was cutting the boy's hair Friday afternoon. His eyes got real big, and I remember him coming at me, Rice recalled. Then, according to Rice's interview with the outlet, Hicks put the man in a headlock and punched him repeatedly in the top of his head. That sounds like some old nigga shit. You just put him in the headlock and just punch the top of his head. Because niggas want to square up, even if they don't fuck, they want to square up. However, Hicks claims the fight was not motivated by hate. He has no issue with trans people. Instead, the fight was over inconsolable differences stemming from the next message. They reportedly exchanged words before the fight. Kiara and his friends have been texting my phone, Hicks told, while misgendering the barber. Because see, Kiara is now Kier, and her is now he. But Hicks didn't give a fuck. The rest of it you can really get. Kier, formerly Kier, put on his Facebook page, I was maliciously attacked by Mr. Hicks while I had client Roberto son in my chair. After that, I was attacked again while his wife watched the whole thing transpire. I had to be taken to the hospital with 3 bruised ribs, a concussion, just found out today, a ruined shoulder. I would blah, 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 blah. So here's the thing. And they set up a fucking Cash App to give him money. Here's the Cash App. I want to read this too. The transgender man, he was attacked and had to be taken to the hospital with 3 bruised ribs, a concussion, and trying to survive. Anything you can give will help. Support our black trans brother in Texas who was violated at work, misnamed and misgendered after he was attacked. So, man, that's just the police. Rice believes the attack was a hate crime. He was the attorney, blah, blah, blah. So, here's the thing. I'm often annoyed by this, and people can take this how they want to take it. But I hate how quickly a fight involving anyone of that's trans today, I don't even know how I'm gonna say this. I just hate how everything just jumped right to hate. Now this, good grief, this is tough. This is tough because a couple weeks ago, a believe it was a transsexual also was assaulted. Damn, this might be in Texas too. Was assaulted. And I think they was trying to make it a hate crime, but there was some background issues between everyone involved. Like it was allegedly more than them being trans. They had some history together. And I mean, I don't think sexual history, but just some in general history together. So whole fucking to-do happened. But this trans guy was female was beat up pretty badly. But that's happening. And this is gonna make this hard to say. Because clearly, in my opinion, this person had a problem with Kier. I hope I'm saying it right, but had a problem with Kier being trans. Or I'm gonna take it a step further. This person had a problem with LGBT people. That's gonna be my assumption, because he misgendered Kier and was saying it how he said it. Now some people are just not accepting of it. They're not gonna bullshit. They're just not accepting of it, and that's how they treat it. Now I know people who are like that, but are still respectful, intolerant. As long as you don't fuck with me, I ain't fucking with you type of thing. Now, I had a gay person tell me before, like, when I used to say, I don't give a fuck if you gay or not, and he was like, but you gotta care, because your fact that you don't care doesn't make you an advocate. Just because you say, I'll let them do their thing, they ain't got shit to do with me. We need you to care. Because if you show some care, maybe that will reflect over to other people to kind of normalize it and make it okay, which I understand. And I try my best. I'm not perfect when it comes to this, because in some ways I feel like a lot of these things are new enough that you do have to allow time for people to learn and have experiences with people. People can still respect you as a person and not understand the whole sexuality part of it, and may have problem reconciling how to deal with that, as it may go against their own beliefs. So it takes time learning and experiencing. But, there's no but to that. So in this case, part of me feels like that's the case with Hicks, who assaulted the dude. And here's the thing, we don't know, if that's what he claims or not, that they was texting him and doing all this other shit, because it just seems so bizarre for someone to walk in and just start assaulting someone. For, an employee who's been an employee, and if you go to a barbershop, you go to the barbershop. Like, what happens in this barbershop. There are gay people in the barbershop, women, lesbians. They go in there, get tight fades and everything that, some dudes get. There's gonna be flamboyant gay men want a haircut, want a fade. They like that shit crispy too. The barbershop in general is a safe place, because in general is a safe place. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now, are people accepting of it? Do people probably talk shit after you leave? Maybe. Then there's people who also gonna correct it. And there's some people that just don't give a fuck. The barbershop is its own community. So I don't know that this was really a hate crime. He said something about pulling his pants up. I get it. Because the fact that he still misgendered him as a female, even after the fact, is kind of telling. But we don't know the circumstances. And if he's an old nigga, we really know he don't really, you know what I mean? He probably not really rocking with all this shit. So, hate crime, what troubles me is how quickly it escalates. We don't know nothing that just happened, and now people setting up fund me's and all this kind of shit. And the thing about transgender, that is a tough one. It ain't the easiest thing to reconcile, because like a person said, like, to me, if it's I ain't gonna do it. Because I said I don't like to talk gay stuff without a gay advocate on the phone or on the line to correct me and help me understand. So I don't want to stand on this ledge and go too far and not know I went too far. But in this, I do find trouble with calling it a hate crime. Now, what people should understand, the way hate crime works, if me and you have a fight, we both straight, and I call you some sort of gay slur, it's just assault. But if you gay and I call you a gay slur, automatically felony hate crime. That quick. That's all it takes. So his assaulting being gay, if anything looked, feels, or smells like it was because he was a transgender in the community, it's gonna get real tough for Mr. Hicks. Even if it's about something else, if it feel like it, but he's up out of there. And that's unfortunate, because sometimes assault is just assault. He's still, I mean, he's a man. If you want to fight a man and this person it's difficult. It's difficult. Leave it at that. But yeah, the one where the person got beat up pretty fucked up, man. That clearly or very apparently has some, because I think it was something like about hitting on one of the persons, you know, being trans and then hitting on, and that person didn't like that, and that shit escalated real quick and got somebody fucked all the way up. But we'll move on. My notes at. I threw a question out there. I threw a question on my fucking Instagram. Bro knows. I got questions. One of the questions I asked was, how long do you wait till you hit on your friend's ex? Actually, I asked two questions. I asked, is it okay for you to like picture of your friend's boyfriend or girlfriend on the gram, or leave comments and shit, even if you're not in it? A lot of females is like, ain't no problem with it. They good. A lot of niggas was like, nah, man, relax. I tend to go on the nah, man, relax side. Why? Is you hitting on my, why are you leaving comments and shit on, hitting the like button on my chick? That's where I'm at. Don't do it. I think it's really that simple. Like, unless you get collecting intel for your boy, or I'm in it, why are you even following my chick? You know what I mean? Because, you know, so the follow-up question of how long do you wait till you hit on your friend's ex was set up to see that. And everybody was like, never. You can't do it. You can't do it. And in my mind, I go, okay, so I can communicate with your boyfriend. Even it was like, it's okay to text them. I can communicate with your person without you knowing. And that's cool. But when y'all break up, I have to end my friendship or camaraderie with the person you was cool with me communicating when y'all was together. Whatever y'all got going ain't got shit to do with me. Now I gotta stop it. But then what if, as time passes and goes, now we got a thing. We kind of feeling each other. Now they off limits. You threw out the trash. One man's trash is another person's treasure. So if it's okay for me to communicate with them when y'all was together, y'all break up, y'all not getting back together, why is it such an issue that I continue my communication, and then if we start feeling each other, date? You done with it. Because it seems like all the buildup was happening when y'all was together. And that's why I thought women would really look at it like a red flag, and they didn't. They was okay with the notion of this happening. And I couldn't imagine it. Niggas wasn't. Niggas was not with the shit. They're like, no, sir. We not doing that, Pop. Not doing that at all. And I get it. I'm with it. I'm with that. Shit. Nah, nigga. Unless you doing intel. Unless you telling me, you know what I mean, she out here loose. Cause your last thing you want is for your bitch to be a stray out here, man. You got a whole woman and she out here stray. Gotta get that stray in the house, my guy. Yeah, that she get too far from the house, she might lose her. Got your woman out here being a stray animal. All because you letting, you know, anybody, including your friend, in the comment hit double tapping that heart. What you love about that, my dude? What you loving about my girl picture, my dude? But you know why I think a lot? Because women do that shit, though. Women are like any fucking thing. And they talk about it being innocent. But niggas be clocking that. You hit that like button, niggas be clocking that shit. Like, okay, she see me. You know what I mean? She see me. She saw what's going on over here. She see what the action about. That's what niggas be clocking. That's why we like, nah, you can't hit the heart, because I don't know what that means, and I don't know how it's taken. So now, relax. Females, y'all just reckless. Y'all hit any fucking button on that bitch. So yeah, man, I try to have these little, you know, interactive moments on my thing. Some of it's just so I can get some content to put on the show. I need shit to talk about. Some shit, sometimes shit ain't happening. And, you know, we'll have some interviews actually coming up real soon. Then I'm, you know, try to get a little back and forth here and there, break it up. Actually, next week, I think we'll be doing we'll have a conspiracy episode. Unless some crazy break, I'm gonna throw that conspiracy episode out there. See if I can get into some trouble. Somebody posted on Twitter. I saw this that kind of made me think. Is having money, man, it's just that, you know, I'm breaking my own rules because I said I wouldn't touch my phone while I'm recording. Oh. Let me, yeah. Let me turn this shit off. Come on. There we go. All right. Motherfucker sending me shit. But, I saw this, man. Someone posted about, Future. Future got another kid on the way. I believe he got another kid on the way, making like a bunch of them. I can give you the numbers, a lot. You know, how many cars you got? A lot. How many kids you got? A lot. How many baby moms you got? A lot. You know what I mean? One of them kind of joints. So he got a bunch of kids, and they was doing the math, talking about the amount of money. Actually, I think I can pull it up, because someone did the math on it of what that child support would be like, and how much it is a lot. Swear, man, this phone stay going out. But it made me think of how, you know, it's a lot of dudes out there with like a bunch of fucking kids. And it came down to like the discussion about how much money comes from shit like that. Let me see. I think I got it right here. 10 kids paying who's this? I'm sure it's Future. 10 kids paying at least $2,000 per month per kid. That's $240,000 per year. Isn't it cheaper to just purchase condoms? And let me pull up, who was this? This was in reference to Future. Future welcomes his 10th child with his 8th baby mama. And recently, Sierra and Russell Wilson just got the bag. And Russell was like, man, take that man out with child support, man. We don't need that. We got money. And because a lot of times, a lot of it is like to keep a nigga in check. Pals, you pay this child support, Pop, so you remember what's over here. You remember these obligations that's sitting over here waiting for you. Quick swig. But it made me think, because that's a bunch of money, but he got it. He got that kind of money a year. You know, as long as he stay working. He probably got some residual situations. Do a show. It's probably, his show money probably up there. And at least he could probably hold it up for 18 years. But, man, why am I stopped up? But He got off child support with Baby Future, the one he got with Sierra, who's married to Russell Wilson. And it made me think about like that notion of like, does it matter? If you got the money and can do it, does it even really matter how many kids you got? Because I honestly don't understand a broke nigga with a bunch of kids. Like a bunch of them. And we see it all the time. Like, but does the amount of money you have, does that help justify how loose you out here just knocking babies out? Because if you can afford it, because really the biggest thing that people have trouble reconciling when it comes to kids is the money part of it. Like, you know, if you had a kid and you're like, cool, and then you go to the doctor and they say you having twins, nigga, that just adds a whole nother degree of stress because you gotta feed, raise two motherfuckers. The you was only expecting one, now it's two. So you gotta double prepare for that for a situation like that. I can see how quickly that becomes a problematic scenario for a lot of people. And so you do this, you have 8 kids, you have this abundance of children. And what the fuck? I'm tripping. But you had this abundance of kids, but you got the money to afford it. Doesn't even really matter. I know instinctively people want to go into like, you know, well, will he be there for the kids? If you have kids with a celebrity, you have to assume that he probably not gonna be there like that. You know what I mean? Not that he don't want to, but you think of like a person like Drake who goes on a world tour. You're not necessarily gonna up and bring your child, especially let's say your child is in school. So you might not get a lot of FaceTime in terms of like physical presence and shit. I mean, a lot of, you know, you think of or football players who are constantly going, like, you have to know, like, you have this child with a person of that celebrity, of that ilk, that it's gonna just be a money situation most of the time. Like, here's the money, go whatever, you know what I mean? Go take, however you gotta take care of it, do it, you know, keep me abreast of what's happening. Because when you remove money from the situation, you take a guy like Future, and you know what? You know that's a bag, right? Like to keep that is a bag. Like a person like Drake having a kid, like that's a bag. You don't get rid of that. You don't abort that. That's a bag. Cause short of that, it's almost a bad situation to be involved in for the simple fact that he can't be around like that because he's a superstar celebrity. So time ain't gonna be a luxury because he's gonna have obligations where he's up in the middle of the night, or he's entertaining at the end of the night, or he's hopping on a plane, or missing events. He's booked to do Christmas event at this place, or booked to do a Thanksgiving event at that place, or he's in a whole nother country doing major moments. So why would you even sign up for that if it's not about the money? But at the same time, Future, the fuck is you doing? One thing, man, as a celebrity, I got kids. I had 2 of them. Me blowing up, I don't want no more. I know what the stress is like. I guess when you got a little money, you don't give a fuck because when you understand what it's about, you don't give a fuck about what she talking about. Because like, fam, you know why you here. You know why you here. I can make this real stressful. You know what I mean? You put me on child support. Now, that's one thing. There needs to be a reform there. And people like that don't want the reform. There needs to be an acceptable living range. Like, it shouldn't be based on, like, me. It should be what's a comfortable living wage that a person should live upon. You can't give a person a whole year's salary. Let me see. What'd you say? $2,000 a month? 12? Anyway, nigga, a year, nigga, he got so many kids. $250,000 a year is a lot. How many kids you got? Too many, nigga. Sit your ass down. Stop fucking. Get rubbers. I say that shit. You know how tough it is to fucking go grab a condom, my guy. You know how hard that is when you in the heat of the passion. You really want to go in that motherfucker smelling like a used car tire? Nope. Fuck no, you don't. You want to get up in that thing. And that, my friends, is how Future has, was 8, 10 kids, 8 baby mamas. That's how that happens as a celebrity. Pull out game weak. I wouldn't even trust a nigga to park a car. Don't know if he can get up out that thing. My opinion. Fuck you talking about. But moving on. Where we at? I'm out here, got a whole project going on outside. I gotta keep my goddamn eye on. Here, we'll get it. Let me see what else I got on my little list here. Before I jump into that big deal, or am I there? I think we there. So this happened. That I found real interesting. There is a major story. Something's happening. What does this have to? What does this even mean? Should. Okay, that's something different. Now, what is this about Michael Jackson? I'm going down the fucking timeline. Okay, those are jokes. Talking about the Dallas Cowboys draft pickup. Okay, we're good. So nothing major. We got a running back. All right. Shout out to them boys, nigga. Shout out to them boys, them Dallas Cowboys, young Dakota, damn, I want to call him Dak Shepard. Dak something, nigga. I can't remember his name. I can't remember my own quarterback name. Dak Prescott. Yeah, there we go. Dakota Prescott. I can't call him Dak no more, man. Well, actually, I can. Niggas was shitting on my man Dak early. Then he come through through the end and everybody back on. Yeah, maybe he not the fucking most accurate quarterback, but goddamn, he can win games. For anybody who's a New York Giants fan, you can shut the entire fuck up because Eli Manning definitely ain't the greatest quarterback to do it. He got wins, and y'all know the fuck y'all hate that guy. But y'all keep all them Super Bowls. So you can shut the entire fuck up talking to me all about my Cowboys. Get up in that ass this year. I think we got these motherfuckers week 1, so we can get that shit all the way out the way. What is story I'm fucking looking for? Oh, it's on my phone. That's why. Let me check this. This story is man, this old clown ass nigga, man, I swear. Hey, man, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up. Swear on everything. Real life beef shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it light. I ain't gonna say too much about it on the fucking pod. That's incriminating. Cause I already had the, you know what I'm saying? I already had the fucking run on him once. Nigga, you know, niggas, bro. I took a picture. That's what it was. So it's a story. It's a big story. It's a story that I was gonna only talk about briefly, but it ended up growing some legs recently, and I felt as if I should probably go deep on it. Pause. So in Houston, Texas, there's a principal who set a dress code. I don't want to say that part. I want to get to the beginning. Okay. It says here, and it's about a dress code. They have a problem with the parents that come to the school dressed in the old fucking way. And so they came up with this dress code for the parents. HISD principal sets dress code for parents. Parents, we do value you as partners in your child education. However, please know we have to have standards. Most of all, we must have high standards. James Madison High School will turn away parents if they show up at the school wearing bonnets, pajamas, hair rollers, or leggings, among other clothing items. So of course we had a parent push back on this. They didn't like it. She says, I'm a and this, hold on, let me make sure. I'm almost insulted, said Tamika Miller, the mother of a Madison High student. I really think it was discriminatory, the language that was used. It was demeaning. And I'm African American. And if it's misty outside and I have the hair bonnet on, I don't see how that's anyone's business. End quote. So, here's my take. I understand the parents should be able to no, fuck that. So my kid's mother is an educator. She's in the school, and she would tell me from time to time about some of the things that happen in the school and how some of the parents dress and things of that nature. And I've been in there and I've seen some of those things happen. And I side with the school. Now, I've had educators and I ask questions. Because I like to know. I like to get both sides of the story, how people feel. Educators say that there are bigger problems at bay. They're worried about what the parents are wearing, such as their participation in some of the things that's going on with the child or the student. That they would prefer that parents be more involved regardless of what they wear. And I understand that. I get that. I understand also that parents feel like it doesn't matter. I'm not there to impress nobody. I'm there for my kid. I'm there to drop them off. I'm there to pick them up. I'm there to meet with the teacher. It don't matter what I'm wearing. That's the wrong thing to worry about. I'm being a part of my kid's life. I get that part too. But to me, and I look at it like this, and I forgot that this was a high school when I was arguing with a few people about this. But here's the truth. Here's the truth. Your kid wakes up in the morning and they get dressed. They get dressed in an ample amount of time so they can be dressed and prepared and ready to come to the school. Ready to be a part of the school day. It being a high school also means that they're taking care of this probably on their own. If you got to be at that school for that child, for your child, why is it that difficult for you to just get dressed, be presentable for the public? What's wrong with that? Why is that a problematic thing to say to do? I get why it can be problematic as a requirement, but I personally feel like how you start today is a representation, is a lesson that starts at home, and becomes an example that you represent for your child. As much as your child is a representation of you when they're in the public, you are a representation of your child when you're in public. So why then is it difficult to understand why this can be a concern? If you come out looking like shit to the school in a time where we have, in a time where we talk about bullying, in a time where we talk about teasing and things like this, you create an energy or a fucking energy. Let's just keep it regular. You create a perception that can be tacked on to your child, where people will judge your child in the household that he comes from by your simple appearance that you feel doesn't really matter. The reason why they started uniforms, as far as I understand, and not in private school, but at least in public school, is because it was able to discern, it was able to blend poor kids who didn't have probably a lot of money to buy different fits and shoes and outfits and things like that from the ones who can. So everyone looked the same. Now in the black communities, we learn, boom, the sneaker game will be how we get around this system, or how we figure out how to jazz up the uniform a little bit. But this was a way to blend that, because people understood, or the adults at the time understood, if they don't have to worry about how they look fashion wise, they're focused more on what's happening. Not 100%, but at least takes that off the board. This kid won't be bullied or teased. I can't think of the word, but harassed for having a hole in his shirt or faded clothes or dirty jeans or whatever, because it was a big representation of a household. We don't want to judge that. We already got mama jokes. They didn't want to do that. So what they did was give us uniforms. So we recognized that there was a problem then, a problematic then. And we found a way to deal with it. So if that was the case, by simply by what your kid wore to school, why wouldn't it be a problem by the simple appearance of their parent coming into school? That's Michael's mom. Look at her looking like the. That's Michael's mom wearing the whole robe. Man, your mom somebody must have busted her back out last night. She couldn't even put no clothes on to school. Fuck you. Not to say that she couldn't come in her dress, we'll say, like a hooker and look a certain way, but at least start the day like something. I gave a concession. I understand black women and their hair, so I understand a bonnet. I get it. Some didn't understand. They're like, no, fuck it, come a certain way. Because look, so, and one of the educators said that this is not the 1940s. Who cares how they look? There's people who come from off a plane from a European trip and don't give a fuck what their kid doing. And that was always the remark. I get that. I get there's parents that don't give a fuck. I get there's parents that's not. That's a separate problem for another day. Let's just start with the basics. Teachers always say it starts at home. People always say it starts at home. I believe educators have a lot of work on their hands. So when we take it back to the home and say, parents, here's a start. Come look in a certain way. Come look like you're here for business as well. Come looking like you want to be a part of this whole thing. Don't come looking like I don't give a fuck, because then people will assume that you don't give a fuck. One thing I know, I don't give a fuck what they put out on social media. I know this because I've dated teachers, and they judge the parents. It's a simple. I was talking to Carla about this shit, and I was about to go on a rant, and she made that statement, and I realized, like, that's fucking true. The people are judging the people. That's what we do. I judge people all day. But now you put your kid in a place where I am judging your household based on the appearance of your parents. Is it fair? No. But that's what we do, because that's what people do. So that's why I'm like, this shouldn't be that problematic to understand. Why not? Why not, Lucas? Why not want to present the best of yourself that you can as a representation of your family, your household? That's what we ask the kid to do. One thing a black parent will always say, don't be out here making me look like a fool. Don't be out here making me look like a fool. You bet not be on that bullshit. Yeah, you'll show up looking any old fucking way to a PTA meeting or whatever the fuck it is. But guess what? You out here making your kid look like a fool. You making your household look a certain way. Because it's just this simple. You know what we all got a quick layout. We all got a quick, if we got to go do some shit, we got a quick thing we can throw on. We really are talking about a pair of blue jeans, a pair of pants, and a t-shirt. Blue jeans and a t-shirt. That's that fucking complicated. They're upset about a dress code because they come to the thing wearing pajamas, robe, all kind of bullshit, bonnets, and all they asking you to do, at minimum, for your kid to represent your household, for you to represent what your kid is, to keep your kid from being teased by you as a parent, to keep your kid from being harassed by his classmate because you came out looking a certain way. All they're asking you to do is throw on some fucking pants and a t-shirt and a pair of fucking shoes. You got them. We all got them. Can you just throw on some pants and a t-shirt? This whole fuss is over you dealing with your kid's school and can't even throw on a pair of pants and a t-shirt. And for me, I like the rule. I like the rule. Or a pair of sweats. It's about, and I get it. I get it. And no, it's not the 40s. It's not the 50s. But what's interesting is how much people will throw that at the face of young men who sag and look a certain way. How quickly we will show how black men used to look, how they used to dress, how much appearances matter. How quickly we will do that until we ask you to do that. And then it becomes a problem. Becomes a problem. How you look becomes a problem. Is it racist? No. It's not racist. It's not. White women do it. White men do it. Mexican men do it. Mexican women do it. Black men do it. Black women do it. Asian. Everybody in the gamut will have someone in their racial makeup who will come. That's not a statement of prejudice. That's not a statement of prejudice because I've seen it. A pair of pants and a t-shirt. That's it. How different this conversation is over pants and t-shirt. Not a suit, not a dress, not business casual, just a shirt, some pants. I made the example before, like you gotta understand. Let's say she come in a robe, come in some lingerie robe real quick, come in, titty pop out in front of all the kids. We don't want that. We're not okay with that. We're not. Or she comes looking a husky, or the man comes in some boxes or some shit. Ass crack everywhere. We're not okay with that. But you know who will end up having to deal with that is the educator. Because we're already saying the parents are not involved. So the parent comes in looking in a way. The kid's getting teased. Who's dealing with that? The educator. We're so quick to get offended without doing the work. It's something so simple. We could try. We could try it. Because they're not asking you to do much. You know what they're asking you to do? Throw on a pair of pants and a t-shirt. The bonnet, I get it. You're a black woman. You like it's a part of the process, make sure the hair tight. But what's the bonnet about? Is the bonnet about you popping out of bed real quick and couldn't throw on a pair of pants and a t-shirt? So you just lay it, everything is lazy? Or were you on your way to work and wanted to make sure you crispy for work? I don't know. I can't say. That's not my thing. I would like to see the entire language of what the code is, but I try to come with both sides. And again, I understand the position of many about there's other concerns, but this is a concern. We can't always have a big stroke to fix the big problems. Can't always have that. But this is a small enough problem that we can address if we can start with small problems and we can get everyone working together and we can build bridges towards the directions and places we want to go. I think we got somewhere we can be. Man, well, I'm done ranting on that, man. Let me see. I think that's all I'm gonna give y'all motherfuckers, man. Next week we got a guest show. If I do that, unless something big happen, I'm gonna do the conspiracy episode with Zio from the Zio and Rome podcast. Right here on the I'm Kind of Famous podcast, man. Here we go. See, this is what I don't like about Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, Facebook. I can't post shit. Maybe I'm different. I don't really like a lot of comments. That's not what my world is. Stop commenting on shit that I do. I did what the fuck. I did it. You saw it. Stop commenting on shit. I don't like a whole bunch of comments, man. Just let me be. Let me put my little thing out there. Just cut. Not a little thing. You know, nigga swang a little meat around here. Big meat. But let me put my shit out there. I don't need all the commenting. Just let me do me, Pop. Everybody got something to say about the shit that I do. Now, I can't put myself out there. But anyway, get a clean ass people collector. Arrowfilms.com/buy now. Actually, if you go to Kind of Famous Pod, it's a lot easier to get over there and figure out how to do it. Get a people collector, get a cosmic culture, go watch Ground Up from the ground up on the groundupict.com. I'm trying to find a song. And what else? Oh, follow me on Ro is Famous on Twitter or Ro Knows on Instagram. Man, Les just dropped a new joint. Nah, I already played some Les. I ain't gonna play no Les. Can I give you some throwback? Can I give you some throwback this time? I'm gonna give you some throw-bizzle. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me think. I'm gonna give you some Big Tuck. Nah, you know what? I want to get into R&B vibe. Let me hit you with some R&B. I got a track I was listening to the other day that I fell in love with. But yeah, man. Oh man, I keep forgetting to do this. Look, shout out to everybody who listens. I was looking at the little demo. You know what I mean? Canada fucking with me. Shout out to Kansas. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to, what was another big one? I ain't gonna remember. I want to say Louisiana, but it's very specific Louisiana. I can't remember. But shout out to all that, man. But big shout out to Canada that be tuning in. Send your boy email, kindoffamouspod@gmail.com. Honestly, you might as well just go to the Facebook. Hit you on the Facebook. Nigga be posting all kind of shit on the Facebook that people fucking with anti-ways playlist. Here we go. Man, another thing, man, I was gonna get on this on the show because when we was at the show, I was talking to an artist about his process. I was annoyed, man. Like, niggas is really lazy. They don't really want to be on this rap shit. I ain't gonna do that this week. I don't want to talk about inspiration. Okay, here we go. Danny Brown. Actually, hold on, let me hear this. I don't want to do Danny Brown. Give y'all some gallant. Where my thing at? Here we go. So, go check out all. Check me out. Facebook.com/kindofamouspod. Ground Up ICT. Arrow Films. That's what it was. So I just did an interview. I'll talk about it next week or another show. I might just start doing an emergency podcast when I start feeling like talking about some shit. But I just did an interview for someone else's documentary and about filmmaking. I killed it as per usual. Basically, it's about the process, and one thing is like I'm real big on like giving gems, giving jewels. I stay on message. Every time I speak on somebody's shit, I stay on message to let people know, man, it ain't a fuck trying to get initiated into the program. Create your own program, create your own platform. Go out there and create the conversation. Everybody not gonna want you a part of the conversation. It's even much harder being a person of color because it's just not welcome to you. So because of that, you just got to work that much harder than everyone else. Because I can tell you, and I will say this every time I can, is that for me as a black creator, I have to work twice, 3, 4 times as hard and be dope at it so I can sit in a room with an average, or even below average white person doing the same thing. I have to be that much better than they are so I can be in a room average. And that's not fair, but that's not an excuse I can make. I don't have the luxury of that. So we just go out there and work and we do our fucking thing. And so when I get asked to be a part of things like this, I make sure I give that message and I really give it up because it's just a part of the situation. And I need other black creators and white creators to know that this is what we think. This is what I think, rather. I don't speak on behalf of everybody. This is how I think. And that's why I work the way I work. That's why I commit the way I commit. That's why I give it the way I give it. That's why I'm Kind of Famous does what it does. All right. So this song we gonna rock, man, is from Gallant. It's called No One Can Hear You. Till next time, tell your mama I said hi.
Who the hell she know?